Hey everybody, this is Professor Taichik again, and this time I'm going to show you a video about the map, the world map in the game. So, if you remember, this game takes place, or this game follows along with the logic of the Wealth of Nation building game that I created for my microeconomics class 6 years ago. But this is an online game this time around, and it's an adventure role-playing game, a little bit like Mario Brothers with a platforming. But the world map is what we call a top-down overland map, and the player can move around the map and engage in different levels. You have things like Frostlander, Woodlander, Riverlander, all those things there. What you see here is this is all in development, so don't be too critical of it. But just giving you the idea of how huge this map is, I personally created this map. I painted it, I colored it, I designed it, I shaded it, I did everything. So right now, you got this guy. I don't know if you can see him right where my cursor is. It's going to move because you use the arrow keys to move around. It's moving super fast because this is a testing environment. But I'm going down the map all the way down. And this is the map so far. I could make the map bigger. I could add more territory, things like that. But one of the things I worry about is what if the map is too big? You know, far be it for me to say that because when I play video games, I hate it when I explore the whole map and there's nothing left to do. But what I mean by that is sometimes developers get lazy by making something bigger, like repeatable. Like, how many forests like these can you have in a world? How many Isles of Doom can you have in a massive world? So, that's why companies do expansions or download packs of expansions because it's really tough at launch to make a massive, massive, massive world. In other words, this is what we've got. Now you're zoomed out here, and again, the cart is cruising. So ultimately, you will not be able to move this fast in the real game. But if I hit the enter button, it takes me right down to maximum zoom. And again, under a slow system, you can see more detail, like a gate. You won't be able to pass through that gate when the game is live because it'll be locked. So maybe there's a quest over here to get, or maybe if you're a locksmith, like that's part of your profession, maybe you're able to do something here, or maybe you can bribe people because you're that kind of a person, etc. Or maybe there's a way for you to take a boat or swim down here and across, perhaps. Um, who knows? The other thing about this game is that this is currently in what I would call the high fantasy, medieval fantasy era, but it doesn't have to be. The storyline that I'm going to give you later, I'm not revealing it right now, is going to make a lot of sense about ancient era, like the trade game that many of you played, within the last 6 years, where you start in the ancient era and you go to modern times based on your own economic policies and decision making. So you see these squares here. They each represent a level in the game. So if we just do the quick math on that, I have over 500 levels, easily. If you keep going, we've got like 1,000 levels in this game, or 700, 800 levels. There are 1,000 because, for example, if you go into this cave, there's a cave. There's dungeons in the game, so to speak, or levels like if you go into an airplane or an airport in the game, there'll be different sections of the airport that aren't their own boxes. So multiple levels. There's multiple levels to buildings. Like this here could be deeper. There could be an underground armory or something like that, or a factory. Things like that in the game too, as well. So this is the map. Just wanted to show you that. These grids will disappear. Again, this is just for testing. And you also have random encounters. What that means is as you're traveling, you might be interrupted by bandits, by law enforcement, by farmers that need help, uh, trucks or carts that have broken down along the way. You can help them, or you can steal their goods, um, things like that as well. And what's interesting is every area will have its own event card draw. Okay, it's not shown here, but something to work on. You can mine stuff here, like, oh, maybe that's going to be like a firestone or something like that, or sapphires coming out of there. So you might want to enter this level and then play the level and mine what's there, and move on. And then maybe sell your materials up here as well. Or maybe go over here and harvest these strange plants. Hit that level, get that level, and harvest those plants. Things like that. So just wanted to show you what the map looks like. And again, another example of so much data involved. Like each square has its own terrain type, speed. So eventually, what I'll have in the game is, if you see how fast you're moving here. Well, eventually, when you move to the mountains, I'm going to program it so that there's an if statement. If moving through mountains, speed equals 1/2 of normal speed. So, but then when you walk onto a path, you should be able to speed up. But what happens when that path turns into grass? Okay, or then you go back to path. So lots of different things to think about. Just another example of tying it back to data. Lots and lots of data. Like, should I be able to cross this? Should I have to get an upgrade in this town to hire somebody to take a boat and get me across so I can go into this little cave here and explore the cave? Or maybe I have to do it over here. Maybe that town doesn't have any boats, but there's a dock here. Maybe this boat will take me over there. So lots of things to think about that ties back to data science as well. So thank you for watching, and be sure to comment or let me know what you think